is going on, gamers? Steel here, and yes, I finally have my Ariete. I'm done with the Challenger. Oh, I hated that tank. It has better armor than this Ariete, and I'll explain why in a minute. But that's frontally. But the gun is way different. Now, the thing about the Ariete is it gets this package, an applique package called a PSO, and it's steel composite spaced armor. As it says, space, steel composites over the frontal part of the side hull and turret sides significantly increase survivability for the C1 Ariete in those areas, proving protection for the driver and crew from flanking against both heat and kinetic shells. And you can see the stock armor, the side armor for the hull was 115, and the turret was 200. And so you get an extra 50 on the half side of the turret, as you can see in the background. And what was the number? 250 on the sides. So this is one of the only vehicles in the game that can side scrape efficiently, really. And we're just going to take it into a hard mission. It's a good thing it isn't on what mission was it? Operation Red Opossum, yeah. Because Operation Red Opossum has some serious FPS issues. There's so much foliage. It's worse than Operation Rolling Thunder now, which used to be the worst map for me. I haven't played on this mission in a long time. Anyways, we're just gonna play a little bit of gameplay real quick, and we could show a little bit of the comparison between the Chally one and the Ariete. Because the Chally could honestly, if the Ariete was in its own line, if there was an own Italian line, probably would have been the tier 8. And now I'll explain why after this game. Oh, I guess I have played on this map. Now I don't know how this is gonna go because this is live commentary. Again, I do live commentary most of the time.
The NPAA controls the local weapons factory. Our allies in the area are running low on ammunition and other supplies.
But if I had a more urban map, I could show the Ariete's composite armor a little bit better. I'm just getting some bad FPS today. It's probably going to be fine on your end, but I'm playing at 20 FPS now, which is very bad if you want to shoot things. Now I have the final shell, which has 595 millimeters of penetration, so almost 600 millimeters of penetration. So an almost full frontal Leopard 2A6 is penetrable. Now, the thing with this composite armor is that it allows for a little bit of angling, but only a little bit. Because if you angle too much, they can see the back and they can penetrate. Ooh, track shot. Now, the heat shells you have to unlock on this, they're heat MP, which is heat multi-purpose. So, they do about 600 to 700 average damage. Because I put the magnetic actuator on the Ariete, which buffs its aim time and a little bit of the damage. Because this thing has a terrible, terrible gun. The only gun it gets is the first gun you get. And well, let's just say this barrel gets hit a lot, and your accuracy is always going to be shitty. So you need aim time. And I'm actually leveling up Victor Kirsanov because I think he has some good abilities that would fit my Ariete. Oh shit, that's an Abrams. As you can see, angled. Oh wow, that Drago just wrecked him. Yeah, you can see an angle really good here.
Target lock.
And it's basically like when I was playing my nice Drago. When I was playing my Challenger, I shot at one of these and it had the armor on it, and I couldn't penetrate it. from just like flat on. So like this really does buff its armor. It's one of the few vehicles in the game that can side scrape. And you have to use this to its advantage because after you get this package, your armor on the sides is actually better than your frontal armor. Just by a little bit though. And this thing does have a lower plate that you want to hide. And oh my god. The one thing you do not want to get hit by in this game is artillery. Because 2 paladins just hit me at the same time.
Incoming! Incoming!
Oh shit. As you can see, artillery just knocks out the mobs. Shit.
Guns up, ready to fire.
I've had it before my challenger when there were 3 paladins shooting at me, so I'm fucking used to it. It's annoying as shit.
Target locked on. Target destroyed.
That was my first kill.
Incoming! Incoming!
No. Where I go play aggressive.
Strike destroyed.
Gotta use the angling to your advantage. See, now you can see the terrible aim time.
Target down.
Especially at tier 8 when you want a good aim time to hit the driver's hatches that are really hard to hit with all the weak points. Having a really bad aim time. And I think the accuracy is also not the greatest. Oh, shit. Yeah, you can see I'm bouncing a lot of shots. I could never do this when I was stock. I was dying very quickly. And I am dying quickly because of the artillery, but on urban maps, especially this thing excels. And yeah, the artillery does track this thing a lot. It is one thing this thing I have noticed gets hit by artillery, it gets tracked a lot. It's annoying. Flag spike.
Target locked on. Target destroyed.
Expect some enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, my FPS right now is terrible. I think I'm gonna have to lower my graphics down because I think I was messing with the graphics and I fucked up the audio. I'm gonna join with the captain to be an asshole. But yeah, since the last shell has almost 600 millimeters of penetration, Leopard 2A6 is around a problem. It's not a bad artillery. Oh, never mind. The Leo 2A6 is like the mini boss of the entire season. It's very hard to penetrate. Thickest armor in the game, I believe, at the moment. 475 all. I've never been set on fire in this tank so far. There's one nice thing. And you can see the turret is also helping.
Target locked. Incoming Arnie!
And that. There goes the paladins. Ba-da. Da-da. Da. Yeah, that's my that's my theme song for the Paladin. If you guys have ever watched The Dictator, you'll understand. Paladin, motherfuckers, but instead it's Paladin instead of not Paladin as the racist bitch, but Paladin as in Paladin. And yeah, that is one annoying motherfucker to always play against, believe me. Having 3 of those shoot at you at once is very painful. Let's see. Okay, so I think I can pull up the info about it while it's still in battle. Yeah. By the way, I've been wearing these gloves in my basement because my basement is really cold right now because where I live is really fucking cold. In my basement it's cold. So, yeah, and it hurts because it hurts like the webbing in between my middle finger, my right hand's middle finger and ring finger. It fucking hurts. My left hand's perfectly fine. I never feel anything in my left hand. It's always my right hand. But anyways, let's see. The details for the Ariete and the details for the Challenger. Now, I have some upgrades on it, so I think some things are changed. But you instantly can see how it has better DPM. I'm not actually sure. It's because of the damage output makes the DPM higher, but I think the Challenger has a better reload. Let me see. Yeah. Well, actually no. Holy shit. Oh wait, no, yeah, it does have... I forget what the stock reload of the Ariete was. I think it was like 8.7 or 8.8, so the same as the Chally. But with upgrades, I had a lower reload than the Ariete when I used the Chally one. The damage with the AP is definitely better. Whereas the hull hit points are better on the Challenger because it's a Challenger. But I did put the armor retrofits to give me more health. So that's one thing you see with the Challenger, but the problem is even with the upgrades, the Challenger 1, if it's facing an Ariete in PvP, will get killed very, very easy. Another thing is it has 2 more degrees of gun depression than the Challenger, which is good about the Ariete. My reload with upgrades on it right now, I'm not using Freya or whatever. I used her on the Chally, but I'm just trying to get other commanders to work out for my tanks. And as you can see, the targeting time is also different, but I did put the magnetic actuator, but I think it's stock, it was like 4 something, because I think I have level 3 magnetic. No, do I only have 1, I think? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's Mark 1, I only have the Mark 1. I can't see that right now. Shit. Let's see where... Okay, details. Okay. The max speed, it's definitely faster than the Challenger, and the Ariete also does get a mobility retrofit slot. But so far, right now, I'm working to get the second universal slot, which is a good thing about the Ariete. It gets 2 universal retrofit slots. Its acceleration is better as well. The Ariete is a very good MBT. It is like the definition of MBT. It's fast and it's armored. It's a medium tank when it wants to be, and it's a heavy tank when it wants to be. And the same thing with the heavy tank when it wants to be. It's the gun and the targeting time that is just awful. Like, the accuracy spread is the same, surprisingly. But I think it's comparing it to a stock Challenger with a stock gun. I used the second gun around the end of the Challenger grind to the Ariete, but I didn't continue it. And I didn't like the second gun. I felt like the penetration was actually worse, even though it was supposed to be better. But yeah, you can see the front. That's not with the toe plate on, and the toe plate would give that just even more heavy armor. The Ariete doesn't get any explosive reactive armor, it only gets that composite armor. But they both do have regular composite armor. And the turret is definitely better on the Challenger. And the one thing on the Ariete that's more noticeable on the Challenger, even though they both have it, I found to do damage when hitting the Ariete's gunner viewport, I believe that is, than the Challenger's. The Challenger does have that driver's hatch that's pretty weak. Same thing with the Ariete. It's very obvious, but it's very hard to hit on the Ariete. Very easy on the Challenger if he's facing directly towards you. But if he's aiming his gun down, you'll probably hit the gun. Camouflage factor. I can't tell if that's better or worse. I don't know. I'm guessing the higher the number, the easier it is. I don't really know. View range better by 9 meters. I think that's because I have. I'm not sure if that's. Is that because of my commander? I don't really know. Like I said, I'm still leveling up Victor Kirsnov. I want there to be an Italian commander, so I can have an all-Italian crew, because you can see the names. Anthony Carranza, Giovanni Mazzi, and Leo Lorenzo. I want an Italian commander as well. That would perfectly suit the Ariete, which would be amazing. Obsidian, if you're listening, just a suggestion. But yeah, I have Overpower, which does 20% more module damage for 50 seconds after getting an overmatch, which is like, it's not very good because of this almost 8-second reload that I had on it, especially when it was stock. I used Freya until I got some upgrades, and then I switched to him just like a couple days ago. Vengeance. What does vengeance do? Damage caused to enemy crew. I'm getting the aim time. Any of the aim time increased, and then leadership crew attributes increased by 4, which means that the reload time will get even better. I just want generally better reload time, better aim. But when I get my second one, I'm gonna save it, and so I can get the augmented breach lock, which I believe gives you better reload time, yeah, and better accuracy when the circle is largest. And it's gonna be the Mark III because there is no Mark 1 and 2, which is fucking amazing. So I'll have a very, very good reload on this thing by the time it's proven, yeah. But I don't know how much XP it is to get to renown status. I'm not actually sure what it is. Let me see. Let me go to upgrades. It just says 5, but I don't actually know how much it is. It's like 50 or 540,000, I believe. And that's how much it was to get this. I'm not actually sure. But right now, as you can see, I'm trying to get the universal retrofit slot. I don't really need this at the moment with the mobility retrofit slot, because everything's expensive, and you can see I don't have that many credits. And it is actually because I just bought the ERC-90, but I'm sort of skeptical about this, actually. I also have the swing fire, but it's just fucking derping around tank. But the ERC-90, I'm not actually sure how I want to keep this or not. I mean, once I finish the Ariete and I unlock tier 9 and I get the T90 MS, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get the Centauro and the Centauro 120, because I kind of want to collect all the Italian tanks that are in the game, because, you know, being Italian. Especially because it does get the advanced thermal sleeve thing, which I could probably change on the Ariete in the future, so I just have a better reload. I could probably have a shittier aim time, but a better reload. And it gets 1 armor slot and 1 mobility slot with the 2 universals. And what I use on it right now, because I still haven't gotten a fire on it yet, but you never know, keep an auto fire extinguisher. Even though it's very unlikely, because the amount of times I've been shot in the ass in this thing and never been set on fire compared to the amount of times I've shot in the ass of the Challenger and set on fire. Don't really know, but I do use the energy drink since I have 96 of these things. Engine oil, I don't use that, and I use the spare parts because, like I said, you lose the gun barrel from artillery. You're probably gonna lose some other modules, and it's gonna be very bad. My ammo load, I carry 34 APDS shells, the best ones. As you can see, 594 millimeters of penetration. I thought it was 95. And the damage is 527 average damage, which I don't actually get a lot. I still get like 490, but I continue to see how that works. The Heat MP, 645 average damage. I get a lot of high rolls with it, especially shooting in the ass of a tank or near the engine, because shooting at a Leopard or a Challenger 2, pretty much shooting at anything that's this tier and above, and some tier 7s, it's really hard to shoot and penetrate. Like, I noticed with the Leopard 2A6 and its main, like, side, like, right around here on the Leopard, you can't actually penetrate. And, back to the applique armor, you can see a little strapped on there. Since it is spaced armor as well, it makes it even thicker, makes it even better to dodge. Which basically means, like, if you angle about here, you can see you can only shoot this, but it's pretty much going to be an auto bounce. I don't know how tier 10s will work yet. Until the tier 10s are released, we won't really know. If you're looking at someone if someone's above you and they're looking down at you, sort of like this angle, you're pretty much impenetrable. Even if you face your gun at them as well, because I mean it's already got a thick turret. But if you angle like this, they can see you. Angle like this, even better. And just keep angling like this, because another reason why is this little sort of, I don't know if we'd call it the drivetrain wheel, because it's kind of here. I've never been shot there because I haven't played a PvP match in this thing. PvE, I think I might have been penetrated there once or twice. Just I don't even know, because I do get penetrated from the front sometimes. It could be. But yeah, if they shoot at you, because AI pretty much just auto-aim most of the time, they're going to be shooting at you sideways, and they're going to be hitting this composite armor. And you can see it sort of ends, like, there's like a little bit right here, because I believe if you did angle like that, it'd be even easier to penetrate. The one thing about the Ariete that I definitely love is just the fact that it's like, it's a mixture of an Abrams and a Leopard. I mean, it's got an Abrams sort of esque style armor, like especially with the turret. But the problem is it's got an XM1 style lower plate. Like if you come up over a hill, someone's gonna shoot you in that. That 9 degrees of gun depression is good, but it's not as good as the ERC's, I don't believe. Yeah, the ERC is 12 degrees. Oh god, imagine the Ariete had a 12-degree gun depression. That'd be insane if this thing had that much. But like I said, weak spots here, and especially here. For some reason, I think it's because of this little thing right here. Every time I shot at another Ariete with my Challenger and the Ariete, I can actually penetrate that. If I aim right at that middle viewport on the driver, it shows green, and I think it's because it's actually shooting through this and hitting this and causing damage. So I don't actually really know how that one works. I'll have to test it out with one of my friends just to see if it's that, or it's the actual driver's port thing, viewport itself. And apparently these, my friend told me, were for if during wartime they were going through cities, because Italy has, well, weak streets, really, that small, weak streets. They put these on, and especially in the winter, like I don't remember if he said like in the Alps or like just generally during like a winter style. Basically during a winter style warfare, you put these on the treads, and they basically act so they don't break through the asphalt and to help get you through the snow better. Which I thought was a really cool fact about the Ariete I didn't actually know. And until the other day, I didn't actually know the OF-40 was Italian. I don't know why. But I thought this was just some sort of German prototype Leopard thing, and then I looked and it was Italian. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know about that. But yeah, as I messaged, I can't think or speak today, by the way. But as I mentioned in my Challenger video, I was gonna go get the M1 and then the M1A1, like free X through the M1. But I only had like 100,000 free XP when I unlocked the Ariete. I was getting patient. I mean, I could have done it. And I do have premium, but I was getting really impatient. I just wanted to unlock it before I went to school Friday, right before my break, which is right now. I have a February break, whatever. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be getting the Abrams at all, the M1. But if I do get the Centaur 120, I do believe I get a tier 9 unlock. Yeah, and you basically play the Centaur 120, and I just get straight to the M1A2. I've watched videos and seen people play the Crab and the Draco. Draco is sort of hard to play because it was meant to be an AA vehicle. And you have to shoot at the weak spots, like you have to get around them. Crab is a Ford Fiesta with a 30 mil on it. Is it a 30 mil actually? I don't even know. Yeah, you can get 25 and then a 30 mil. Wait, it gets... Oh yeah, that's right, it does get a tow launcher. I don't think it's... I don't know... Is it separate? I'm not sure. But, yeah, I had like 10,000 gold. I was gonna get the Typhoon and RDF LT, like literally minutes after I saw, and after getting the gold that I got, I saw that for the money I had, I could have gotten a pack which gave me a Typhoon 2 and an RDF. Which makes me very sad, because the RDF with like a 2-second reload would be fun as hell. But, I'm surprised they're adding an M1A3. Maybe that's what the SCP V2 means. Because that is a Leopard 2A7. Which, I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought it was just the 2A6. The one thing I will be hopefully getting is the Armada after the MS. Because I want the MS because it looks sexy and it does a lot of damage. And I want a damage dealer. I don't want to go back to the Challenger because, honestly, I don't like the Challenger. I really didn't like the Challenger one. The armor was great, but it was very slow and very boring, and I want that damage. And hopefully, when they start adding in more tanks, more tanks than the Chinese dealer, more tier 8s and 9s, there will be a little bit more diversity. So, and I heard that the T-14 Armada's turret is actually paper thin, like it's remote controlled or something, but I don't actually think that was a thing. But it does look pretty cool. I have to admit, that is a really cool looking tank. Hopefully I get the T90 MS by the time they release the tier 10s. Because I know my friends are going to be grinding out tier 10s and I want to grind with them, so. Anyways, guys, that was a very shitty match, but this is just a quick video I wanted to get out. Quick review. I will be doing more in the future. On the new vehicles I get, I will be doing one on the Centauros when I eventually get those, but those won't be for a long time. So right now I am just playing for my own sake. More video content is probably going to be coming of this game. I'm currently in the midst of a midlife crisis with War Thunder, as some of you know if you play War Thunder. You'll know that there's a lot of things wrong with it at the moment, but all I want them to do is fix G-Lock so I can fly my Saber and do some videos of that, because I swear, you have a G-suit, and a MiG-15 pilot doesn't, especially in real life. They didn't. The Korea guys, they didn't have any. So they'd be blacking out faster than a Saber pilot should, but it's completely vice versa in War Thunder. And then the thermodynamics thing I still don't trust. And I did play a game the other day in tanks, and I killed a T-10M with my M47 patent stock AP shell, because there is overmatching mechanics now, which makes that a thing, which is nice. But I didn't get a kill on my M60, because Leopards and Canonian Jagdpanzers, paper thin tanks, and APDS just goes right through. Because I'm not a heat spamming noob, because I want a challenge, but then that challenge is kind of negated when you're getting side shots at tanks, and the M60. It's amazing in Armored Warfare, but it's fucking terrible in War Thunder. I really wish I would have free XP'd the M103 and the T32 than getting the M46, the M47, and the M48. It was a fucking waste, I'm telling you. Because the M103 is the Abrams of War Thunder. This thing is just... I don't know about overmatching now, but I know before that was added in, it was fucking terrible. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of video. I will be doing more Ariete videos because, well, I'm Italian. I love the Ariete because it is such a sexy looking tank, especially with the composite armor on. I wish it went all the way around the tank though, and there was a bit of a caging sort of style. This supposed to there's like a cage texture, but I don't. But yeah, I wish there was actually caging, sort of like the Chally too. And I wish it did have active protection, but it doesn't, which kind of is saddening. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. My name is Steel Wolf, and I'll see you all next time.